What is going on, everyone? What is going on? Welcome to this week's episode 87 of the STS Guys. I am Jeremy.
Hey, it's Larry.
Hey guys, it's Nate.
And I'm Scott.
And we are the STS Guys, a weekly podcast where we sit around, shoot the shit, and talk about anything geeky, nerdy, and cool. What is going on this week, guys?
Has it been a week? Yes!
Yeah.
Yes.
Surprise, surprise.
It has been a week.
I love
a week.
I love how it's been a week. I love how it's been a week.
It has been 1 week exactly.
I love how you just made that a thing.
Yeah.
It's been a week.
It is like as much as I want to be like, we don't have like segments. We have a segment. It's called "It's Been a Week," and it happens
Every week.
Every week.
I said I know Nate has a "It's Been a Week" story, and I have an "It's Been a Week" story. So
as do I. I have news.
Oh, nice. We all have stories. Does Larry?
I don't.
Yeah, except for Larry.
I probably could come up with one, but you guys go, and we'll see if we have time.
All right, Nate. I think you have probably the biggest news of this week, so I think you should go ahead and drop that.
Yeah, I want to give a big shout out to DC Figures and Collectibles podcast. If you guys have not checked them out, please go check them out. All things DC. They talk about figures. They talk about movies. They talk about TV shows. Anything DC, you name it. And they're a good bunch of guys, Tyler and Scott. I've been on their podcast before. I think it was episode 4 or 5, and they invited me to come back today. And I was part of episode 39, and I was had a lot of fun with them. We talked figures, we talked DC, we talked about the future of the DCEU. So big shout out to those guys. I had a lot of fun talking to them, and I hope to do it again sometime.
Did you say what future of the DC movies?
Hey, we got a new Batman coming. It's Robert Pattinson.
Who sparkles in the sunshine.
I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt. We're anything Batman I will take, to be honest with you.
You know what, though? Like I said, to Nate's point, like I said, I would have had the same argument against Heath Ledger as a Joker, and I was completely 100% utterly wrong against that. You know what? I'm gonna let this Batman sparkle.
No, I have the counter argument to that. Heath Ledger actually had good movies before he went in as the Joker. I cannot name one good movie that Robert Pattinson has actually been in. I dare you to name one. Fucking silence. That's what I said right there.
Like, wasn't he in like Harry Potter or something like that?
He was in Harry Potter. He was Cedric Diggory in that.
Yeah.
People love those movies.
Yeah, but not for him. Like, no one's going to those movies going like, Robert Pattinson is the reason I go to the 1 or 2 films of it that he was in.
Yeah.
Well, and so I think that this is, listening to the DC Figures and Collectibles podcast earlier. I said they were talking about a really good point on there in regards to like, hey, this is a young enough Batman where he could carry. He said a franchise, kind of like Robert Downey Jr. carried, Iron Man through the Marvel Universe. I said you can have this. I said he's young enough to where he can actually be in multiple movies and actually start to span a universe. And Nate, I liked your point in regards to. I said started off, hey, it's his first night as Batman, and like I said, he witnesses a murder and have it just start from there. I will hold judgment until I see it. If it's a big pile of steaming shit at that point in time, I'll be more than happy, to shit on it at that point in time. But like I said, I've been wrong before, so I'm gonna hold judgment until I see it.
Yeah, it's and thanks for listening, Jeremy. By the way, it's exciting that they picked a guy that is so young because, like Robert Downey Jr., I do want him to grow into the role, and it'd be great if the DCEU could finally get their shit together and really start building a big universe for these characters to grow in, because I think that's really what's been lacking here. So I'm excited. I'm always optimistic for more Batman. I hope it turns out well.
No. So definitely check out this week's episode of DC Figures and Collectibles podcast. So Nate is the feature star. I said the guest star on that podcast this week. So I said it's a great podcast week to week. I said they do figure reviews, they do industry news, regarding action figures. Talk about, and I always have some great guests on. I said, and this week, so they had the pleasure of actually having our very own Nate, aka Figure Fan Nate, on Instagram.
Yeah, big thanks to Tyler and Scott again. Had a lot of fun.
Shout out to Tyler and Scott. All right, so
what does our Scott have?
What is our?
Oh yes,
yeah, Scott. Let's hear it.
So, I will not be on the podcast next week because we actually were able to get into amazing Las Vegas Comic-Con. So I will be representing the STS guys on a journey to Las Vegas to go check out that. I don't want to say amazing because it's in their title, but usually it is a pretty amazing con. So we're going to go check it out.
That's a given, right? If it's
Yeah.
amazing Comic-Con Las Vegas, it has to be amazing.
So,
And what, this is the third straight year we've gone?
Yeah.
At least
Yes.
one of us? Yeah.
Yeah.
It's clearly an STS guy's favorite. So
It was meant to be because you're going there on that weekend, and you didn't realize it at first that it was on the same weekend.
No, not at all.
And it worked out.
Yeah, Jeremy was like, wait, you're going to be in Vegas that time? He's like, Comic-Con's that week. So I may have gotten set up with our tickets. I am bringing that new Infinity Gauntlet book that I got at Phoenix Comic-Con because 3 more people that worked on that book will be up in Las Vegas for me to get that signed. So I will have some pictures and we'll go try to hang out and get some photos for everybody to experience it with us.
Yeah. Well, you mentioned a couple of them, right? Like a couple guests. They've got some good ones this time, like Jim Starlin.
Jim Starlin, yeah.
Ron
Lim, yeah.
Aston,
Oh, yeah.
They got
So
right.
Yeah. So Sean Aston, we got for that Infinity Gauntlet, we got Joe Rubenstein,
Yeah.
and Ron Lim, and then
Like
what is it?
it's
Asher
other-
Angel, the kid from Shazam.
Oh yeah, Shazam.
Yeah. And Rob Liefeld.
Yeah. Plus, I think some Power Rangers are going to be there. It's
Mhm.
always a good time.
And the great George Perez, like I said,
Oh yeah, and George Perez with his
last on circuit. So
his final appearance, at least in Las Vegas, is George Perez.
Yeah.
So
if
that'll
you're
be
anywhere near Vegas and want to head up to Amazing Comic-Con Las Vegas, it's next weekend, Father's Day weekend. Scott will be there.
Mhm.
Scott, are you bringing high fives?
I have a couple of stickers. I got some buttons still. I got some pogs. And of course, I got the high fives. So if you're in that Vegas area, you go to the con, you'll see me. I'm going to be wearing that polo with the big STS Guys logo on it. Just high fives for all the guys.
hey, that rhymes.
Nice.
I tried.
High fives for all the guys.
It sounds amazing, and I'm excited for you, Scott.
No, like I said, if you have never checked out that con before, I said it's one of the very few very comic specific Comic Cons that's left kind of around the country. I said it focuses on comics. Like I said, the mainstay is comics and comics creators. I said they'll bring in like celebrities and stuff too. I said, but first and foremost, like I said, it's a comic con. Like you will have, like I said, great industry talent there from all around the industry. Like I said, it's a comic con.
I'll just put it this way. I will say in confidence that at least 60% of the booths there are comic creators at this one. It's almost entirely artist alley. Then you have some vendors and things like that in between. And then, the celebrity guests. But yeah, it is very much comic book creator centric. It is very comic focused, and I can say it's one of my favorite cons. I know, Jeremy, it's one of yours as well.
Yeah, no.
So,
unfortunately, I said I don't get to make it this year just because of some prior commitments. But I said it is definitely one of my favorite cons. So it's been a week is I said I have. So a couple weeks ago, I said I had bought the Mortal Kombat arcade 1-up machine. So I've been playing the crap out of that thing. I think is awesome. It's awesome to have, like I said, an arcade machine in your house. Like I said, it's just a different feeling. It's like I said, it's like so you can play on your console, you can play on your TV and stuff like that. But standing up and actually playing a game, it's just a different feeling, right? And so I've gotten inspired. I said by the YouTube community out there, just because there's a lot of different people who have actually been modding these machines. So right now, I said they're limited on games and what you can get actually in these cabinets. And typically, so they'll come with like 2 or 3 or sometimes 4 games preloaded in the cabinet, but you can't actually load anything else in the cabinet. So what people have been doing is they've actually been kind of actually hacking these machines, taking out the central PCB boards on them, and actually putting Raspberry Pis in them, and getting custom graphics and actually building like custom arcade machines relatively cheap out of these arcade 1-up machines. And so I've decided, you know what, I'm jumping in. I'm going to do it as well. I'm building basically a homebrew arcade 1-up machine. What I plan on doing is I plan on documenting the journey. I said maybe even doing a couple of different YouTube videos for it as well. So that way, if you want to basically make your own arcade 1-up machine cabinet and customize it, I said I will walk you through the steps. I'll show you how to do it. There's 100 million videos out there that do this already. I'm going to give you the STS Guys spin on this. So I said you can actually kind of follow me along this journey.
That sounds awesome. Like you said, like having an arcade cabinet, you can play games on a console, you can play games on a PC or a Switch, and that's cool. But when you have a cabinet and you got your friend over and you're side by side and you're going head to head in like Mortal Kombat or Street Fighter, that's a whole nother experience. So I think it's going to be awesome. It sounds exciting.
I am definitely excited to start this project. I said I've ordered all the parts, and so now it's just a matter of getting this assembled and getting it the way that I want it to be.
So you're going to have like a whole selection of games, right?
Oh yeah, no. I said today I actually spent some time programming the Raspberry Pi. Shout out to Wolfenos for his Raspberry Pi image because he actually pre-built an image that basically has every single arcade game that's pretty much ever been made preloaded onto this thing. So and when I'm talking about arcade game, I'm not talking about ports. I'm talking about the actual like arcade emulated where you put in the coin and like I said, the actual arcade ROMs.
You got the good stuff.
Yeah, so
nice.
It's I'm excited to kind of see and play some of those games because I said some of the games that are loaded in there, it just I haven't played forever, and it's just I'm looking forward to playing. So one of them, I said showing Larry right before the podcast because he's such a big Simpsons fan. As I said, one of them is the actual Simpsons arcade game. You can play on there. So
cool.
I'm already looking around my room and stuff, being like, all right, like
where can I put one?
Squeeze this thing in at, man.
I might have some room right about here that I could maybe add
I
one
think
in.
I got a little room under this window, but I'm not sure. Like we'll see. It'll probably be a thing.
You got Jeremy too. He can give you the inside scoop on what he did.
Exactly. Once Jeremy gets it down.
Yeah. So you guys are gonna want to do this. Like I said, it's relatively inexpensive, especially if you can get one of these cabinets on clearance.
Yeah,
it turns into a pretty cheap project. So basically, you can get almost an entire arcade cabinet for under $300 if you can get these things on clearance. And you get basically a 3/4 size arcade cabinet that you can mess around with.
Awesome. And you get to pick whichever game you want, because I did see them on clearance by Walmart, but I think it was the Galaga one. I'm like, I don't want Galaga.
No one wants Galaga.
But then you think about it, like it doesn't have to be Galaga; it can be anything.
Yeah. Then Galaga's pretty cool, man.
Yeah, that's cool. Because like I've used to look up, classic arcade cabinets on Craigslist or something, and those things are like $1,500. They're extremely expensive.
They're expensive as shit.
Yeah.
So
to get, I'm sure like the screens are probably better in these 1-ups, right? Because it's a newer.
They're little 17-inch LCD screens, and so cool. You have to do some. Like I said, and I'll illustrate this in the video. There's some different components that you have to get in order to make it work, but it's all stuff that's readily available and readily available cheap. So
nice,
cool.
We're asking you a lot of questions here, Jeremy.
Like Jeremy's got all the answers.
You got all the answers. Just like our awesome fans have been sending us questions all throughout the week. And we're going to be doing a lot of questions and answers here. So thanks to everybody that sent in some. We got a bigger response than what we expected. We're excited to get into it. You guys asked some cool stuff. So we appreciate everybody participating. This is going to be fun.
Yes.
I'm excited to do this just because I think it's a different flavor of things that we normally do. Plus, like I said, it gets the audience involved as well, and like I said, it gets us thinking in regards to some great questions. And so I'm going to kick us off. Like I said, the first question comes from Epoke6, aka Butt Wasted. Who is your celebrity crush?
Ooh. Are we talking classic or current?
I think it could be whatever.
Either.
Yeah.
All right. I got one in mind.
All right. What's yours, Nate?
So I'm going to go with my classic one. Still looks great today, but Denise Richards. I remember watching Starship Troopers and I fell in love with her. I was like, holy shit, she's beautiful. So I'm going to go with that one.
Nice. Wild Things too. Did you see Wild Things?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, good call out because I was thinking of another movie and I couldn't think of the name and I was like, oh, that's the one.
Yeah, Wild Things.
Larry,
good movie. I'm going to go old school too, but I'm going a little bit older than that. I'm going Star of the Wonder Years, Dana McKellar.
Ooh.
Winnie Cooper herself.
Oh, of course.
Nice. How did I should have guessed that.
Yeah, I know. I was going to guess that because, like I said, with his, hey, we have some Winnie.
Yes. I forgot about that. I didn't make that stick. That should have been a thing, man.
That should have
gold.
Scott,
That's great.
So I'm going a little bit different direction. It is still from a TV show. It is from Baywatch, and it was Yasmin Bleeth.
Sure.
Nice. That's great.
Who didn't watch an episode or two of Baywatch back in the 90s?
Oh yeah, that was
what
like
teenage
the whole thing.
boy didn't watch?
Yeah.
I may have watched
episode.
it, but I have no idea what was going on.
So,
Did it matter?
Yeah. So I may have had the poster on the ceiling thing of Yasmin when I was growing up. Like, yeah. Can I give this one? I have the opposite side too. There's the little like I'm not gay, but I would. It's Hugh Jackman.
Wow.
I wasn't sure what the opposite side was for a minute, but yeah. Okay.
All right. So mine, it's never. I said it's always been the same, ever since I first saw her. Pulling out. What?
I was gonna say Star Trek Next Generation.
No. Star Trek Voyager.
Oh, that's right.
And Jerry Ryan, who played 7 of 9. From day one, like I said, she has been incredibly hot. Jerry Ryan. Then she was on Boston Public for a while, and then she modeled with some other stuff. But Jerry Ryan, like I said, especially with that 7 of 9 like sleek Borg body going on, real nice.
Nice. Go with the classics. Good choices, gentlemen.
Yes.
So who's up next?
Oh, it's me. I'm typing in the chat. There we go. All right. So our next question is from BabyLight83 on Instagram. Jessica. She wants to know, what's your favorite ice cream flavor?
Ooh.
I'll start.
So can I get a clarification while before you start here?
Okay.
Are we talking outside the box, or can we go include Baskin Robbins shit? Like
isn't that ice flavors?
Cream? Yeah, is it any flavors? Okay,
anything. It's not just like vanilla or chocolate.
Yeah. Well, no, I'm just talking is it the stuff that can have to get at the grocery store,
or is it Baskin Robbins at the grocery store?
Yeah, well, true, but I wanted to clarify that because I got a couple answers depending on the.
Okay,
I'm curious. I'm a fat guy. I love some ice cream.
I'm curious, fat guy. What do you got?
So, I'm gonna give out the two that go through. So, in the store, it's only around at Christmas. It's the Dreyer's hot chocolate, the one with the little marshmallows in it.
I don't think I've ever had that.
It's the bomb, yo. The other one is the fucking cake batter ice cream from Cold Stone. I would literally kill a man for some for some of that ice cream.
Awesome.
Good choice. Good choice.
Mine, I'll go to cookies and cream is always a good standby, and Rocky Road.
Ooh.
I say that because when I went to Baskin Robbins last week and I got that Steve Funko Pop, I got 2 scoops of Rocky Road and it was really good. So that one's fresh in my mind right now. So those are my two go-to flavors.
Good choice.
What do you got, Nate?
I'm gonna go with Half Baked from Ben and Jerry. It's got like gobs of chocolate chip cookie dough, fudge brownies, chocolate and vanilla ice cream. It is amazing. I gotta choose that.
Yeah. Good choice. How about you, Jeremy?
I have a couple. I have a couple. If I have to choose, like I said, between like store bought and like at a store, if I was I'm at Baskin Robbins, pecan praline. It's a classic. I could eat that nonstop. However, there is I'm trying to remember what the name is. I actually found a new flavor store ice cream that I like. It's almost like a half baked, Nate, from Ben and Jerry's, but it's this from this local grocery store that we have here at HEB. That basically it's almost like mixing cookie dough ice cream and cookies and cream ice cream together, and it's this awesome fusion between the two.
Nice. Sounds amazing.
So Jeremy, I will be remiss if I did not bring this up though, because I know it's one of your favorites too. We got to give a secondary shout out to the Jurassic Blast from fucking Dairy Queen, which was the peanut butter cookie dough, regular cookie dough, and peanut butter ice cream blizzard. That was the shit. But now it's too hard to explain to people how to get it.
The Jurassic Blast, man, that was the shit.
Yeah, that was actually really amazing.
I cannot tell you how many times that we legit like ditched out on work to go get some Jurassic Blast back in the day.
Got to get that Jurassic Blast.
Nice.
The best thing to come out of the new.
It's the only good thing to come out of the new one was Dairy Queen ice cream.
Oh, Dairy Queen, man. And I want Dairy Queen.
Yeah, now I'm gonna get some ice cream after this.
All this talk of ice cream, I'm like, does ice cream and whiskey go well together? Because
yeah.
Surprisingly,
can I make a float?
Surprisingly, that was our only food-related question.
No,
it is surprising.
You are incorrect.
It isn't. Oh
no, we have one coming up. Not this upcoming question, but the question after that.
Oh,
that's
my
right.
bad. Yeah. I like food-related. Oh yeah, I like food-related questions. All right, what do you got, Nate?
All right, so I am next, and this is from @Moonchild Favorite podcast episode so far. I'm gonna go with mine first. And it's going to be my first episode 11 of the podcast, when it all started.
The Nate joins the crew.
Oh, right. We talked. That was a good one, right? It was episode 11, and we ended up talking about Stranger Things because Stranger Things just happened to come out that weekend.
That's right.
Good point. It was a good episode.
It was a good episode.
That was fun.
I think you guys are going to think I'm going to say one thing, but I'm not. I'm going to say that my favorite was episode 46 when we had Mike from That Wrestling Club, the wrestling subscription box, which now is kind of no longer. And he's got a new company that sells like autographed Funko Pops called Dark Parlor Originals. I think that was just an awesome episode, just talking sub boxes, talking wrestling. He's a really good dude. So if you're not following Dark Parlor Originals on like Instagram, or go check them out. They've got some really cool stuff.
I would have gotten that totally wrong.
Yes, I know. Curveball.
So that's a total curveball because you've talked about Star Wars ASMR episode. So
I gotta jump in because that is actually my number one was the Star Wars ASMR.
Nice.
Yeah, I knew Scott would do that too.
But can I say I also am a big fan of the Arthur podcast.
That was a good one too.
We got to do another Arthur podcast.
We do. We really do.
We should.
There's actually Arthur news. We do actually need to bring it up.
There is Arthur news.
It must be covered.
I had an idea. Why don't we create a poll on our on our one of our social media platforms and basically list out 5 or 6 different animated children's classic kind of like type cartoons or educational, and then the audience picks which we do a podcast
on. Can we do some Magic School Bus?
It's not up to us.
Yes. Let's do it.
It's up to
I'm down. Audience. I am down.
That way they decide our fate and what we have to talk about.
I like it.
because I think we can do it. I think
Make it happen.
I think.
I mean, it's going to be a little while because I think we have the next like 6 episodes planned out, but that is a great idea.
I like it. So my favorite episode.
Yes.
We actually mentioned it last week or the week before last. Was I actually liked our Halloween special regarding Thanksgiving.
Dude, yeah.
Special hashtag shout out to Roxanne as a guest on that podcast.
Yes.
Was that our first game?
That was our first game. That was our first stab at trivia. So I said I liked it a lot. I think it worked out really well, and I want to do another Halloween episode and do another random crappy movie.
Judge Jack brings up something awesome. Wasn't a podcast, but Judge Jack's favorite STS Guys moment was goat versus fish.
Yes.
That guy from when Jeremy and I were walking around outside San Diego Comic-Con last year, we decided to just throw on the YouTube live stream and just walk around on the street. And that goat versus fish guy was there. He is awesome. Judge Jack, if you didn't know, he is on Instagram. He goes around to like a whole bunch of different cons and stuff, and he will be back in San Diego. And I'm going to try my hardest to find the goat versus fish guy again this year.
I think we should try to have the goat versus fish guy on as an eventual guest.
I think he would do it. Yeah,
I think he would do it too.
Oh, I am down. I am down.
Yeah,
that's exciting.
That's amazing.
All right, so let's take a look here. So, next question we got comes from our friends over at Talkin' Pops. And this is an interesting one. If you could rename all the other STS guys, what would their new names be? First, middle, and last.
Jeez, I don't even know where to start on this one.
Okay, so can I jump in and tell everybody about the game that Larry, Jeremy, and I have when we go out to lunch?
Yes.
Because this is exactly kind of what we do when we go to lunch. Because almost everywhere that we go, ask for your name so they can call your name. So like your order is ready. Like, so wherever we go that has names, we try to think of the most ridiculous shit to call ourselves, or just something silly. Like Larry, it's always Bill. Like if I have to say anything, it's Larry
my new
Bill.
one. Jeremy doesn't even know this.
Yeah,
because of Bill Dotree from King of the Hill.
From King of the Hill, right?
The best one. Laugh every time they call my name now.
The best one though was Jeremy saying his name was the same as the person ringing up.
Oh yeah, that was
Chick-fil-A was actually probably one of the best one. He's like,
because he read it off her name tag.
Yeah, he was like, my name's Sky too.
Yeah, I went with you guys to Chick-fil-A one time, and Jeremy was like, just say your name is the same as the person that takes your order. So I did, and the guy's like, oh wow, that's a crazy coincidence.
I think it was when Jeremy did it. The guy who delivered the food was like, "Is your name Sky?" Because he thought that the lady taking the order was dumb and just typed her name in.
Because that's her name too.
It was awesome.
The literal words we got.
That's great.
I love how it was because it was a girl, and so you just said it's the same, just minus the E at the end or whatever.
Oh, mine's with an I.
Yeah, mine's with an I and yours is with a Y. And they're like, oh, okay.
But it was like the old manager guy just thought his employee was so stupid that she just typed her own name in. It was amazing.
That's classic.
So I know that doesn't answer the question, but it is a little tangent I thought was pretty relevant that we like to make up names for each other. Should we just
do the name the person after you kind of thing that we can go around quick? Like Jeremy can start, then we'll go alphabetical. So Jeremy does me and we'll go that way.
Oh God, you put me on the
So
spot.
you get to name me, Jeremy, or I can name Nate. I'll start. So Nate, I read this question. I didn't even think about it. Nate looks like his name should be Sebastian Bruce. I'm looking at the stuff behind him clearly. Kent.
Nice. I like it.
I don't know how I came up with Sebastian. Like little Sebastian.
Bye, little Sebastian.
When this question came up, so who do I name now?
Now,
I think you're gonna name me.
Yep, you'll name.
Okay. Scott. Oh, this is perfect then. So I actually Googled worst names, and I found one that fits Scott very well. Mike Latoris.
Mike Latour.
Mike
Perfect.
Latoris.
That's perfect. As I always say, Barry McCockiner. So
Yeah.
Mike Latoris works very well.
All right, so I got a name for Larry. Alabaster Smithers.
Alabaster.
Alabaster. He's totally an alabaster.
I like it. I'm
Alabaster.
not sure how to spell it, but I like it.
I see him as a Harry too.
Ooh, oh God. I've been called Harry so many times at work, it's not even funny.
All right, Scott. So what was Jeremy's name?
All right, so yeah, you got to give me a second here. I'm still trying to piece together what's the best one that we can do here.
You've got good names. I know you do.
I do got some good ones. All right, so it's gonna start out. Here we go.
Are you Googling this?
No,
Yeah, he's like, what can I find? What can I find?
The suspense is killing me.
Do it.
I didn't even think about this one. This is one I didn't kind of catch here. I didn't actually know what to put for this, nor who would I be naming.
Can you just call me Mike Hunt and be done with it?
Mike Hunt. Yeah, I want to think of a good one here. I'm going to call you William Theramopoulos. I know it's the wrong thing, but I want to give it thing here. Odiferous McMarvel.
Ooh, McMarvel. I kind of like that.
I like McMarvel.
And then people can call you Bill.
Bill. Yeah.
Bill.
Lenore.
Lenore. It's me, Lenore.
Bill.
Bill.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh,
So good.
Crazy side tangents.
That was an interesting question. Thanks,
Yes,
Talking Pop.
That one was a hard one.
Yeah.
Like, because it's like, what do you name your friends other than just like, well, I'll just call him Steve, I guess. Like, I don't like.
Right.
All right. So this next question comes from Travis D. Moore 5, which is my brother-in-law. My wife and I are conducting the project of the top 10 pizza places in Phoenix. For each of you, what is the best pizza you've ever? What's the best pizza you ever had come? Where's it come from? Also, what's your favorite pizza chain restaurant? Example: Pizza Hut, Howie's, Little Caesars, etc. All right.
Nice.
All right.
So
Good question.
good question.
So your favorite pizza place and your favorite chain pizza place.
Yeah.
All
So
right.
I'm gonna go. My favorite pizza place is actually someplace I just recently found here. Like actually in Austin, it's this place called Pint House Pizza, which basically makes some really, really good pies. But then they're also brewery. Like I said, they also do microbrews as well, and they do their own canning there. And then that's where they come up with the electric jellyfish.
Nice.
My new favorite IPA. So favorite pizza there. It's a favorite beer there, and favorite chain. You know what? Nothing that said.
There's got to be one. Like if you're gonna get if they're gonna order pizza for you at work, are you gonna roll your eyes at Domino's? Or are you like, yeah, they chose Papa John's this time? What do you got?
I would say Domino's, but with the asterisk, they have to order the lava crunch cakes. Those lava crunch cakes from Domino's are the fucking shit.
That makes the whole thing better.
So you're just there for the desserts.
Their knots are actually pretty good too. The little garlic knots. Like, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. So
Nice.
Domino's for the chain, Pine House Pizza for my favorite pizza.
All right.
Nice.
All right.
I got mine. I'll go ahead because I have this one is again fat guy. This one's actually really easy for me. Favorite local pizza place? It's Venezia's all day, every day. Like awesome pizza. It's kind of chainy, but not quite at the point like.
I think it's nationwide, right? Like,
yeah, it's like here in Albuquerque, so I think we're okay saying it's not good. Anybody who doesn't know, it is the pizza that Walter White throws on the roof in Breaking Bad.
Nice.
So that's the local. But dude, I mean, Hungry Howie's. How does no one like have that as the best like chain restaurant?
Hungry Howie's is pretty good
because you got like. I'm not a crust eater.
Crust.
Like we could have the discussion about do you eat the crust or not. I am a no crust guy. but I'll eat the shit out of the Hungry Howie's crust because they put that garlic shit on there and it is bomb,
Ooh.
yo.
Yeah,
Nice.
it's a good one, man.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm going to go with Federal Pizza as my favorite place to go locally. They have some really unique pizzas, different ingredients, but it's all delicious. And like Jeremy said, for his favorite place, they have some great beer, great deals on beer. So I like to go there, get my beer, have a pizza. It's delicious. As far as the chain, I'm going to say Barro's Pizza, which I think is more of an Arizona chain, but it's still amazing. So I'm going to go with Barro's.
See, I always mix up Barro's and Sabaros. One of them's good and one of them is not. I was like, what's the one that's in airports? Because it's the other one.
Yeah, Sabaros, I think, is the one that's in airport.
Yes, and it's not good.
Not good at all.
It's the mall food court staple too, and it is not good. All right, so local, like I've never been to the places that you said, so I guess I need to check those out. Like Grimaldi's is supposed to be good too. That's like an East Valley one.
Mhm.
Have you been there, Scott?
Yes.
Yeah,
They have a
like,
very good. You asked the fat guy if he's been to a pizza place.
yeah, I didn't ask Nate. I asked you for a reason.
Yeah, of course, it's
I've
good.
been there too. It's
but
really good.
that is
Okay.
that is kind of like a nationwide pizza place because they have them all over.
Is
But
it
they are
okay?
very, very good.
Cold
I've never,
fired
I,
pizza.
Yes,
I've never
Yeah,
been there.
they're coal fired, but they are also expensive as fuck.
Oh.
Yeah, it's like
So-
$26 for like a large.
Yeah,
So it's not a $5 hot and ready from Little Caesars.
it is not.
No.
Dang.
It is,
All right.
I think, in fact, one of the farthest things you can get from the
Yeah.
$5 on ready.
But it is delicious.
All right. Well, we're gonna have to go there sometime because I have never been there. But there was like by my old neighborhood, so like West Valley, right? Like there's a place called Uncle Sam's. They had like a little bit of everything, but they had really good pizza too. Like they also had like sandwiches and stuff. But I really like Uncle Sam's. I think they're only here in Arizona. I think there's like one in Scottsdale or something too. But I'm going with that for my favorite local chain. Does like Mod Pizza and Fired Pie count as a chain?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll give them those.
I'm gonna say Fired Pie is probably my favorite chain. It's kind of a toss up with Mod because Mod's okay too, but I really like those kind of like Subway style pizza places where you just walk in, make it right there in front of you, throw on whatever toppings you want. So those are my two.
Yeah, Fired Pie is great. Like you said, I love customizing. And they have some cool, different, unique sauces that you can try and ends up usually good every time.
Yeah, I agree, and it's fast.
It is fast.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I'm always kind of like a little taken back when like you get your drink and you sit down and they call your name. You're like, how the fuck did you cook that fast?
Right? All of a sudden they're yelling out, "Bill!"
Bill, Sebastian, your pizza's ready.
Pete Jones.
Yeah.
Oh
Peter
yeah, okay,
North,
that's me. Never
Please
mind.
come get.
Mike Latoris,
Yeah.
pizza's ready.
See, the best one is just to do like porn star names and see if anybody actually catches it. To be like, like I said, Peter North, and people are like, I'm like,
All right, Jeremy. What about? Okay, no, you actually already gave us yours.
Yeah,
it's that. Like we already got his. Anybody that hasn't gone yet? We all went.
yeah,
I
we
think we're all
went.
good. So we can move. We can move on here.
So on to the next question. We've got a question that was sent to us on Twitter by Rendon Wells. He is at Calico Emerald. Rendon, he wants to know if we could possibly bring him back some NECA Toys loot from SDCC.
I think we all need to answer this question.
1, 2, 3. No.
No.
Yeah, I mean-
Here's the thing: it's hard enough to get our own shit at San Diego Comic-Con, let alone to be able to make any sort of promise
We're not
or
even
even
trying to be
attempt.
rude, but
Yeah.
the process in itself is a lot of waiting. It's a pain in the ass, and if we can get it for ourselves, that's awesome. You know, I've had people ask me on my Instagram, like, "Hey, can you get me this? Can you get me that?" Like, dude, I'm not promising anything. Maybe is all I can tell you, but
Right.
For
And
the
even
general-
then, like it's a polite no, right? But even then, like if we were able to get something, like it'd probably be like one thing, and we'd probably do a giveaway.
Yeah,
Right.
absolutely. It was because, like I said, it's not only it's not as simple as saying, "Hey, I'm just going to go buy this," and hey, you know what? You give me the money, I can go buy this for you. Simple as that. Like I said, it's you're spending hours in lines to get some of this stuff
And sacrificing doing something else.
and sacrificing doing something
Right?
else.
It's
Yeah.
not the money. It's not the money. It's the time
Yeah.
and the commitment, because by choosing to do one thing, you're missing out on 5 other things you could be doing.
Well, and not even that. It's, we spend our money to get in there. You got to pay for a hotel room. You got to get there yourself. I mean, the whole process in itself, just for our opportunity to get it,
was a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
Luckily, more companies are doing like early pre-orders, like NECA did their pre-orders this last week. So it gives you a chance to get it. Sometimes they do release them a little bit later. I think companies are getting a little bit better about some stuff, being open to the general public for exclusives. NECA, he asked about NECA, but they've been better about doing that. So there's a good chance, Rendon, that you'll see that in a retail store somewhere.
Hopefully.
Yeah. So I am next, and it's from Official Art Miranda, and he asks us, "What is your favorite con?"
Ooh,
Well,
that's a loaded question.
Yeah.
Like ex-con?
I'm gonna say Mike Tyson.
I'm gonna say Nicolas Cage from Con Air.
Oh, that's a good one.
That is a good one.
But I do think overacting John Malkovich was better.
July 14th. I can see my daddy on July 14th. Put the bunny down.
Dude, I recently rewatched that. I had no idea that Dave Chappelle was in that movie.
Yeah,
He is one of the cons. Yeah.
He's like cue ball.
Oh, really?
What is it, like speedball or cue ball or something like that?
Yeah, he's one that gets thrown out the plane. He writes on him.
Yeah, pinball. His
Pinball. Yep. So,
All right. Favorite con.
Yeah.
This is
got,
pretty
Larry?
easy, right? Like
Yeah.
I've been to, I'm not sure how many different cons I've been to. Mostly the ones like in Phoenix, right? But like hands down, it's the king of cons, San Diego Comic-Con. For sure. Like if I had to pick for whatever reason, I feel like 2015 was my favorite year. After a lot of heartbreak, I got into the Funko booth on Sunday, back when it wasn't a lottery. It was my first Fun Days. That was pretty great. There's an Aquabat show that Saturday. 2015 was a good year. Like they're all good years, but you know what? There's an Aquabat show and a Nerf Herder show. 2015 was definitely a good year.
I would give you that one. That is just for the shows alone.
Exactly.
Yeah, and getting in the Funko line, which is next to impossible to do.
Yep, it's my one and only time, and it was almost 4 years ago now.
Yes. Wishing us luck for the raffles, please, everyone.
Yes.
Nate, what about you?
My favorite con, like Larry said, I got to go San Diego. It's just too epic. It's too amazing. It's got all the best toys. People that I know from my Instagram friends are there. It's such a cool time. We're going to have all the guys there. I'm so excited for it. But if I had to say an honorable mention, it would probably be Designer Con, because it was so unique and it was fun, and it had to do with more of like, local artists and smaller studios that are trying to do their own thing. So that was really cool, and like kind of like a con I never knew about, but when I went there, now I want to go every year.
Yeah, and like you said, it was cool because we all went too. So I'm sure San Diego this year, since we're all going to be there, will probably be all of our favorites. But Designer Con, it's probably a close second for me, dude. Too, like that was a great trip because I went to Disneyland afterwards too. Like, because it's right there in Anaheim. Like, it was a good week.
Well, the con, I didn't know what to expect. It just ended up being way better than I expected. It was a lot of fun.
Scott?
Yeah, so Designer Con is actually probably up there on my list too, to be honest. Like that does get the honorable mention. I didn't know what to expect going into it, and showing up, like there was so much cool shit there. But honestly, like the one I'm going to coming up here, like Vegas, it's smaller, it's comic book oriented, and like there's not that huge crowd of people like you get at San Diego. Like if you wanted to meet somebody, you can do it at that con. Like there is nothing that stops you from being able to kind of experience everything. And I think that's really, really nice for something that size.
I am going to have to agree with Scott. I said the amazing cons have been probably some of my best experiences, just because I was able to So meet some great people, and just the interactions, so. You guys are gonna laugh at me because I always have something near me, like as a prop to show. I actually have something near me as a prop to show because I've been like organizing stuff. But like I said, when I was able to get my, but like I said, this sketch done by Jason Fabek, and just to be able to talk with him, like I said, one-on-one, and to be able to talk with Kevin Eastman, the guy who created Ninja Turtles, and be able to talk with, like I said, all these other creators one-on-one,
Dude, you met Stan Lee that year too.
Stan Lee that year too. Like I said, it's I don't know. Like I said, I the San Diegos are great because they have the events, and like I said, they're just big, huge. Like I said, it's just big, huge productions. But I almost like said the smaller atmosphere, just because if I want to interact with people, if I want to meet people, like I said, I have better luck at those cons. And it's just I love. I said, being able to have a 5-minute conversation with Kevin Eastman on Ninja Turtles was awesome. Like,
well, just think about last year when Jeremy and I went. Right. Let's see. We met Ron Lim, Jim Starlin, Kevin Eastman,
Scotty Young,
and Jason David Frank,
who stole our camera.
Yeah. All within like a 4-hour period of time. Like, what other con can you say you could actually meet all those people in that time frame?
And it's Vegas.
Yeah.
So like, it's not a boring city.
No,
like, it's
not at all.
There's tons to do, tons of good restaurants, tons of awesome hotels. Yeah, like it's Vegas, man. It's a great atmosphere to just be in anyhow. But the fact that they bring a cool con, it's so awesome.
Yeah, no. So yeah, if we go cons, Amazing Las Vegas, number one.
Good choice. Now,
to be fair though, Amazing does also do the one in Hawaii.
Ooh.
That they put on. I would love to go check that out.
That would be cool.
I don't know if I'm flying my happy ass to Hawaii for a con, but if the opportunity ever presents itself, I am down.
Yeah. So you're saying 2020. Aloha.
The STS Guys Aloha episode.
God, that would be amazing.
That would be so cool.
Yes.
All right, so who's next?
You.
No, we just did mine.
No, you just did yours. Scott.
So let's see. So from Funkos with Chris, we got, who is the number one person you want to meet at a future con? Ooh, that's a loaded question because there's tons of people I would love to meet. But let me go first because I actually have the person that I don't think they'll ever be at a con, but I'd love to meet. Director of Thor Ragnarok, Taika Waititi. Like,
it's a good one.
Everything that dude does is like, it's my sense of humor, and it's fucking hilarious to me. Like, I would love to be able to like meet and interact with him and at least get like a signature on something. Like, hands down, him.
Awesome. Mine's pretty easy. Like when I first went to San Diego, right, this will be like my 6th one, and it still hasn't happened. Simpsons creator Matt Groening would apparently always pops up at the Bongo Comics booth. I'm just never able to run into him. So my number one, again, he doesn't, like Scott said, not a guy who does like the normal con circuit, but he is around. I would love to meet Matt Groening at some point.
So I think we need to kind of pressure the folks over at Ace, because they seem to be able to get like a random assortment of people. I think we need to get them pressured into bringing him around, because that would be a good one.
I wonder if Matt Groening likes Hawaii.
He might.
I bet he does.
Well, I know where Larry's going if they announce that he's going to be there.
Oh yeah.
Like, if you're a celebrity and you get like a free trip to Hawaii out of it, like, you got to think like they have to get a decent like crowd of people to show up just for that free trip to Hawaii.
You would think, right?
Yeah.
That should be the easiest one to recruit people for.
Yeah, it's fucking Hawaii.
Yeah. Right? Like,
okay. What do you guys got?
Nate.
It's Nate.
Oh, yeah. So so one of the guys got this guy's signature, but I always regretted not being able to meet him in person, and it's Scott Snyder. He is an amazing comic writer, and I've always loved his stuff. So I would love to be able to meet him. But somebody I've also been jealous of meeting, Jeremy got to meet him, Jason Fabek. He would be an amazing person to meet. He got some great art, some of my favorite covers that he's done. So those are two guys I would really love to meet and get signatures from.
Good choices, man.
Mine's hands down. You guys can guess it. I already know. You guys know.
Kevin Smith.
Yeah.
Kevin Smith.
Oh yeah.
I said Kevin. I have such a huge fanboy. I said with Kevin Smith stuff. Like, I would love to be able to, like I said, as many events as I've gone to and as many different things, I've actually never get to meet him one-on-one in person. I'd love to meet him one-on-one in person.
Yeah, so we got Jason Mewes off your list when we went the other day. So yeah, we got Kevin left.
I can see Jeremy legitimately losing his shit. Like when he sees Kevin Smith.
Here's a question. Would like you be able to actually like carry a conversation or would you like hyperventilate?
I'd probably piss my pants. Like,
yeah.
Well, honestly,
Jeremy's like, I'm sorry, Kevin, I can't talk to you. I just shit. Honestly, I gotta go.
We're in San Diego this year. I said it's my goal to figure out how I get on a fucking IMDb boat because that's the place I know he'll be at. Just because I said he's there every year because that's where he does all the interviews at.
Bring your hockey jersey this time.
I am bringing my hockey jersey. Like I said, I am to be ready. Like I said, if there's a fan meetup where, like I said, because last year they did a thing where, like I said, if you dressed up like Kevin Smith, like I said, in one of his jerseys, you actually got to get on the IMDb boat. And so,
Bring that jersey. I'm
hoping something like that happens again. I'm actually going to pack a couple extra jerseys as well, so that way we can all go.
Nice.
So. I'm reading the chat here, and we have a secondary little question to this here, but I think it's relevant. I want to bring it up. Pennywise lives, awesome username by the way. Jeremy's dying. Pennywise got him.
I drank a beer from like 2 weeks ago.
Oh no!
Again? Didn't you do that before at the old house?
Yeah. Jeremy's. So he's going to a con in July, and he's meeting a couple of folks here. But he's asking, don't you think some stars ask way too much money to sign a photo? Yes.
Yeah.
So you see the Jurassic Park behind me, huh? Jeff Goldblum signed that one. $100 just for the signature.
So the big news of the week was Ace Comic-Con announced their next con outside Chicago with Brie Larson, right? Captain Marvel. $200.
$200, yeah.
For a photo or $200 for an autograph. That's a lot of money. Man.
I think it's getting that thing was when you start to get those, not even A-list, like big name, currently like.
Well, and
in
the
demand
people who
stars.
don't do the people who don't do a con every weekend.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure this is the first con Brie Larson's ever done. And you know what? It could be her last. Like if you're a super Captain Marvel fan, you got to get to Chicago.
Yeah.
This might be your only opportunity. So in that case, like, I get it. There just hasn't been that person for me who is like, oh my God, I got to fly across the country and spend all this money to meet. I don't know. Do you guys have a guy like that? Would it be the people we just named? Like, if you do, you can meet Kevin Smith, Jeremy. Like, say in Chicago, and it was a weekend when you were doing anything. Would you fly to Chicago to meet Kevin Smith?
If I knew I could meet it, like I said. Well, not just like hey, quick autograph and that, but actually meet the guy.
Yeah, like a hang like
a
bro
meet and greet,
hang.
Like a VIP experience. Like no, I absolutely would.
Yeah.
I said I've been said that there's different things. I said that I'll fly. That I'll fly across the country for. I said Larry, me and you were talking about this earlier this week. I said we're trying to figure out. I said nailing down when that Funko Hollywood store is going to open, just so I can book my plane tickets and get to Hollywood. So for the store opening.
Yeah, Mike from Talking Pops, who's in the chat too. Shout out to Mike. Shout out to Talking Pops. We were talking about that on Twitter too this week because he was looking at flights too, trying to figure out when it was going to drop. But yeah, like that Kevin Smith might be there. Like who knows?
Like I am because he lives like literally right around the corner.
He lives down the street, right?
He's down the street, yeah.
So it could happen if he's not busy. All right. What's our next question, guys?
Next question is me. So this comes from official Art Morena. Favorite fanboy experience?
Ooh, I got one off the bat. We mentioned it earlier, dude. When we were in line with Jason David Frank, not a big like Power Rangers fan, but to have him like you got the thing. He took the picture with you, and then he turns to me, who I'm just there as like background, like recording. Is like, hey, let me see that camera, and he took our camera and started like recording stuff for us. I think that was like one of the coolest things ever to happen. Is not just meeting somebody, but to have a true interaction with them, and I think that was really really cool.
That's probably my. Like I said, this guy is not like I said a super celebrity, but like I said, he's probably like I said one of the nicest people that you'll ever meet.
Mhm.
Is Scott, when me and you actually carried on, like I said, quite a lengthy conversation with Ming Chen.
Oh, when I got yelled at by that mean lady in Tucson.
Yeah.
Ming Chen was really cool at that Hollywood thing we went to too. So
Yeah. I got yelled at because I was recording Ming Chen and I wasn't supposed to.
Yeah, Jeremy just said it right. Who brings a photo to sign for you other than Ming Chen? Like that's unheard of. I'm going back. We're going out of the 2010s. We're going back to the early 2000s. 2001. Yeah, I think it was. Yeah, so 2001. Me and my friend Eric and my friend Frank, we all went to Dave and Buster's before it was Dave and Buster's for a concert. We saw Vanilla Ice, and anyone who hung out after the show got invited to the VIP room, and you got to take pictures, get an autograph. Vanilla Ice gave me a beer. He hung out. He was like the coolest guy ever. We literally talked to him for like a good 15 minutes. So mine was 100% Vanilla Ice.
That's awesome.
That's amazing. I did not know that.
Yeah.
That
That was the second time we met him too. So first time was good too. It was outside the Mason Jar, like this little hole in the wall bar.
Yeah.
Go back. Whoa.
Yeah, like he was cool there, but the second time was even better because we got invited to the VIP room. Mason Jar was like so crappy they didn't have a VIP room. You just had to go outside to the parking lot.
The club that always burned down.
It looked like it had been burned down a couple times.
There's more than twice. Let's just put it that way.
They said it's burned down a couple.
It's more than that bar has burned down more than twice. Let that sink in. All right, Nate.
So mine. I don't know. I don't have a ton of one-on-one experiences like these cool stories, but my first time I was at San Diego Comic-Con, I remember I was walking the floor on Saturday, and I got to a point, it was probably like right in the middle. All of a sudden, this huge crowd of people starts building up. I'm like, what the hell's going on here? I can't get through. They end up blocking people off from being able to pass. And I'm pretty close to where they had opened up this path to get through. And all of a sudden, you see the cast of, and I'm not a big fan of the movie, but the cast of Suicide Squad shows up. And Will Smith walks by, and then you got Margot Robbie that walks by, Jared Leto walks by, a couple other guys that I'm familiar with. But yeah, I thought that was really cool, and that like for being my first time at San Diego, it like made the whole experience like holy shit! Like this is why people come here because these celebrities are just literally walking around. So that was really cool, and everybody started screaming, and they were giving out high fives and signing autographs as they're walking. It was pretty cool.
Yeah, I remember seeing your pictures from that. After it was pretty cool, man. It's Will Smith, man. It's the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Will Smith. I've watched his movies growing up, his TV shows, and it's just you see him in person, like holy shit, that is the Will Smith.
Yeah, it's really cool.
I do have to say, con one was selling kitchen stuff to Iced Tea and Cocoa when I worked at Williams Sonoma for over the holidays.
Nice.
A few years ago.
That is awesome.
That was one of those ones, like, as Jeremy, I was like, I couldn't talk.
No. And that's
he's like,
on order.
Yeah, he's like, what's with these knives here? I'm like, they're sharp. Like, what am I gonna say? It's fucking like fucking iced tea is there. Like,
man, it's crazy. We still have so many questions, and
I know.
We might have to do like another one or something.
So we don't have that. I think we have a few more we can get through though.
We're doing good. Just keep going.
Yeah.
Did Jeremy answer his?
Yep, I answered mine.
You want to go? Let's go speed round here, Nate. Just like let's go through the next couple ones.
Larry's next.
Yeah, but we can speed round through a couple of these. So Art Miranda also asked, "What is your favorite comic book?"
I'm going to say The Dark Knight Returns.
Scott.
Speed round. Go.
Yeah.
We'll go alphabetical.
So Nate went. Just in general, Spider-Man and Captain America are like my favorite storylines. Yeah, like just in general.
Right? You do love Captain America.
What do you got, Larry?
I love anything with a Scotty Young cover.
All right. Awesome. Jeremy?
My copy of Amazing Spider-Man #1.
Ooh.
Good
Topping
question.
all of us.
Yeah, very well played.
All right.
And the time when you told me that you got that and I wanted to punch you in the face.
That's part of the story.
That is part of that story.
Dustman1138 says, "What is your favorite Funko Pop?"
I think we can turn that into favorite Funko Pop or Mezco or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
favorite Funko, I got it. We just said it. Venomized Captain America.
My Fat Man that I bought from Larry.
Nice.
I'm gonna-
My Director Freddy Funko that Jeremy and I got when we went to the Making Fun premiere.
Nice. I'm going to go with Larry's hint, Mezco. I'm going to go with the Armored Batman. He was a 2015 SDCC exclusive. He's amazing.
Do you bleed?
Do you bleed?
It's a cool figure, man.
You will.
He comes with a kryptonite spear. He's pretty badass. All right. That was a good one. Who's next?
All right. So I'm going to. What's your favorite Funko merchandise that is not a pop? I don't know if you can actually see it up here. It's behind the. I have a little thing, dude. I have one of the original Wacky Wobbler, Mr. T.
Oh yeah,
like that best one.
Nice.
Honorable mention to all the cereal you bought at Designer Con.
Yeah, that's the second. I legit have a shelf of Designer Con cereal. 2 of each, baby.
Boom.
All right, what do you got, Larry?
I have not a pop. I prepared for this too, by the way, guys. I got this Darth Vader vinyl figurine. It doesn't look like a Funko item, does it? But it is. It was part of the Vans. Yeah, it was part of the Star Wars Vans collaboration back in 2014. Like before I collected pops and stuff. Like I wanted to buy those shoes, but I regret this. I didn't buy any of the shoes, but I remember they had like some kind of package deal where if you pre-ordered, you got either a Darth Vader or a Boba Fett. So I got this like sometime in the last year. It is awesome. I love this Darth Vader.
Nice.
Shout out to my Mega Dorbs too. But that felt like too easy of an answer. But,
Batman that we can see back there.
yeah.
All right, Jeremy, what's yours?
I'm going special mention to Pop Pez. Like I said, let me see if I can get more of it here. I love Pop Pez. I know they're not as popular as, like I said, normal Pops are, but
Can I say I'm surprised that you didn't pick that Making Fun poster?
that's for Making Fun. That
Kind of counts.
That is a Funko item.
That giant Freddy spoon behind you is pretty cool too.
Yeah, Freddy Spoon.
Yeah, you got a great collection there.
Yeah, the Pez are awesome.
I like the Pez.
I don't have a lot of Funko merchandise, but from what I do have, I love this Bear Brick cereal that we got at Designer Con because it represents one of my favorite toy companies, Mayfex, Medicom Toy. They make these awesome Bear Bricks, and they partnered with Funko to make this sweet box of cereal.
Very cool. And it was the perfect decon souvenir to take home.
Exactly.
It was.
It is displayed proudly behind me.
Cool. Good answers, guys.
All right. You guys want to go through more, or what do you want to do?
Let's go for it.
Let's go for it. We got time. We'll make this a little bit longer one. We'll just try to speed round through some of these here.
So, Funkos with Chris, what is one collectible that you would get if money wasn't an issue?
Action Comics #1. No,
Right.
legit answer though. Not long ago, they had a sale of somebody that still had a copy of the original Super Mario Brothers for the NES. still in box, like
Sealed.
mint box, sealed, that would be probably mine.
Ooh.
I think just because we were talking arcade games, I want a mint original Miss Pac-Man.
Nate?
Nice. I would take the Hot Toys Jack Nicholson Joker,
Nice.
Nice. Good choice. Good
Yeah,
choice.
that is a good choice.
one in the purple suit.
Now, if I had a choice, a copy of Amazing Fantasy 15. And honestly, I said I don't even care what condition it is. Just own a copy of Amazing Fantasy 15.
So I said Action Comics number. I don't care. You can give me a thing rated at a 2. It's still fucking Action Comics number 1.
Someone could have literally wiped their ass with this comic. I'd still take it.
Depression
Exactly.
era toilet paper.
Yeah,
Their toilet paper. I'll take it.
100%.
All right. So our next question is from Dustman1138. Shout out to Dustman because he actually sent us a bunch of questions too. He wants to know, is there a collectible that you sold to make more room in your house and now you wish you didn't?
Yep.
Yes. Yes, there is.
I'll go first. Like 7 or 8 years ago, I sold my entire Kenner Superpowers collection. I had every loose figure except for Cyborg, and I have sold like the majority of them. Actually, I've got a couple left, but I regret selling all my Kenner Superpowers. They were in pretty good shape too because I was that weird kid who took good care of his toys. Oops.
Yeah, that one hurts.
Yeah.
I'm going to go back to Mezco again, and I'm going to say the Mezco Dark Knight Returns PX exclusive. Is back when I first started collecting the line. I got the standard and I got the PX, and I'm like, I don't need both of these. I sold it, and now it's one of the most sought after of the Mezco line. So, oh well.
Hashtag regrets.
Yeah, I'm not going to buy it in today's market. It's way too expensive.
Scott?
So back when I was in college, I was dumb and I was like, I'm not going to collect these things anymore. Sold a almost perfect condition Atari 1600 and a bunch of games. Worst mistake of my life.
Now you can't play Pitfall.
No,
not Pitfall.
no. And I mean, like I said, it's not like an expensive thing, but goddamn, I never should have sold that thing.
When I hook up, when I hook up my TV, which I still haven't done, we will bust out my Atari, and you can come over and we'll play some Atari games.
Done.
Amazing. Mine would be, like I said, back in the day, like I said, I used to collect I was really big into comics back in the day. I actually sold almost my entire comic collection at one point in time. And then I regretted it, and then I slowly bought it back.
Right.
So it's one of those things to where I'm like, if I would have kept what I had back in the day versus, I don't know, spending the into the thousands that I've spent now. But you know what? Each their own.
Womp womp.
So like I said, hence why I said I have trouble like selling stuff now, which is why this is behind me.
Yeah, like that's the one thing. I think Jeremy and I are very like Jeremy's better than me, but I don't sell shit. Like if I collect something, it's because I want it, and I'm not gonna get rid of it. Like
right.
I generally don't sell anything.
Right. Like some of the pops I've got that I bought for $10 that are worth a couple $100 now or whatever. It's kind of like you kind of think like maybe I should get rid of these and make some money, but at the same time it's like no, man, I just can't do it. Like haven't done it, probably won't do it. I'm afraid of that regret.
All right. So next question, Nate.
Next question is from pinklacquer.fanatic.
Nicola.
Yeah, Nicola. You have to sell your entire collection, but you can only keep one thing. What would it be? Oh man, these are tough ones. Jeremy, what are you going to go with? What's the one thing you're saving?
Spider-Man #1 signed by Stan Lee.
Okay, that's a good choice.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna go really, really kind of dumb and sentimental with you, but it would be what Nate showed as one of his like favorite items. One of the bear bricks from Designer Con, because that was the first major con that we all traveled all together to go see. That is sentimental to me. It's sentimental to me, damn it! Like, yeah, it's real. I feel like that wrestling guy. It's real to me. But yeah, like that one was the first time we all got together as like a group and went on a big trip. So yeah, the red and the blue Bear Brick cereals. Shout out to those things.
Hey,
I would have to keep one of those just as a memento.
awesome.
Nice.
It might also be the Batman cereal piggy
Ooh.
bank that I have as the trophy for eating that nasty ass shit.
Nice.
That's a
That
good one. That's a good one.
That was
Which
a
I'm,
good
which I'm also very surprised I didn't die because of.
one.
We all ate it.
We did.
Everyone did. Yes.
What are you saving, Larry?
I'm going sentimental too, but a slightly different sentimental. I'm going to keep that Funko Big Boy Wacky Wobbler that I bought after Jeremy and I went to the Making Fun premiere. Right, it was the first Funko item that they ever made. If you've seen the Funko documentary, you'll understand why I'm keeping my Big Boy Wobbler.
That is actually, for you, that is a very good answer, Larry.
Thank you.
I'm going to go with nostalgia and what I think that would be hard to replace. It would be these giant size TMNT. I've got the full set. I would try to take all of them at once.
They're pretty cool.
Yeah.
Good answers, guys.
All right. So Dustman 1138 says, "What do you think about what happened with Baskin Robbins Stranger Things pops that they were selling?" I think we kind of talked about that last week, right? That like
We did.
fuck them, like it's dumb. Like they sold the
money.
Yeah, they wanted their money. Like that shit was supposed to be $12. Like, yeah, to anybody else that sold it for more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
I think we all have a unified answer about that.
Yep. I think
agree.
me doing that is exactly what it was. So,
Jeremy, what's next?
So this next question comes from Night Bodega. Apologize if this question is too out there. Drinking affects some people differently. Oftentimes, it's the complete opposite of the person's personality when sober. If you were to get really drunk, what type of person do you turn into? I think we've all witnessed. Well, I know me and Scott have witnessed this with each other.
I was going to say the answer to my question is what am I at right now? As we found out with me, I have my Scott personality, and it just gets amplified, and I get louder.
Yeah, louder.
Sounds about right.
Nice.
Louder, but the same type of person.
I don't know if I necessarily change personalities. I just find everything more funny and more enjoyable.
Yes.
Like I said, I could care less about anything else. Like I said, because you know what, just there having a good time.
I would share that with Jeremy. I just kind of have a good time. You know, like I'm usually laughing a lot. I get really goofy when I get drunk. Larry?
I don't really drink that much, but I feel like I get a little more friendly. Not in the touchy-feely friendly, like in the willingness to talk to strangers friendly.
I was gonna say Larry touches bums.
I do have a Larry drinking story.
What do you got?
A Larry drinking story. So last year at Fun Days, so Larry, I said I don't see Larry drink too often. So, but when he does, there's one drink that he has, and it's a Corona.
Sure.
And so I said, Larry, I said, packed away 2 Coronas as fast as I think I've ever seen him drink 2 beers in my entire life.
That is true. Like that, I might not drink a lot, but like I drink fast.
Yeah, and I think part of it was because, like I said, it was so hot outside, and everyone was like just so freaking thirsty, and that was like the only thing to drink. But yeah, so Larry, I said he utilized his 2 drink tickets as fast as he could use them at Fun Days last year.
It is true.
So a good question, Night Bodega.
All right.
Thanks, Manny.
So Night Bodega has another question for us. So Larry,
have you ever had bad experiences at the movie theater? Like maybe people next to you talking, kids sitting in your chair, person in front of you on their phone, or even finding disgusting items in your popcorn.
like, is that the hint of like, has a guy ever like cut the hole out of the popcorn and stuck the dick in there? Like, what are you finding in popcorn?
That's amazing. I have a bad experience that turned into a funny experience. So I remember exactly what movie I was watching. I said it was Taken 2. And so there was these elderly people that were sitting behind me. and they kept on asking and basically like whispering and talking throughout the entire movie, throughout all the action scenes. Like, oh my gosh, he's gonna get in the car. Oh, he's getting in the car. Oh my gosh, he's gonna do this. Oh wow, that's amazing. And this carried on for like 45 minutes in the movie. And I thought it would stop, but then they were narrating the entire like every action for action sequence. Like that was happening. I finally hit like a breaking point, and normally I said I just just be quiet, or hey, I'll go tell the manager. But I don't know I don't know what got into me that day. But I turned around and told him, like, will you please just shut the fuck up? And the look on their face when I turned around and yelled at them, they went and then told the manager. Got me kicked out.
Well, guess what? You didn't miss much.
Yeah. But yeah, that was probably one of my worst experiences at the movie.
That's a bad one.
So this one's actually really, really bad, but funny at the same time as well. Lord of the Rings, Two Towers, opening night. We were waiting in line because this was back in the day before you could like pick your seat, right? So you had to show up and get like hours ahead. Dude in the middle of the theater had made like a bunch of chainmail that he was wearing, like, and I know this because this dude was like talking to everybody in the theater like before the lights went down about the chainmail he made. Legitimately shit his pants in that movie.
Oh
God.
Ew. Imagine sitting next to that guy.
Yeah,
Or sitting in that seat after that guy.
He's like, and then you saw the guy get up and run, but there was no mistaking what had occurred.
My worst experience is
it's like he's running.
Yeah, running in, but like the dude was in chainmail, so like he's not moving like very fast. And there was like like they had to stop the movie. Like people complained. I got a free movie ticket out of it. It was weirdest movie experience ever. Yeah, fat dude in chainmail shit his pants.
I had an experience that wasn't somebody pooping their pants, but it was a baby throwing up, and it was during a quiet scene in the movie, and you just hear this like, bleh, and then the puddle just hitting the seat, like, and then the smell afterwards was just horrible, and it was around the time.
It's like if it's a baby, it's like bad milk. Usually, it's the worst like smell in the world.
Curdled milk. It was disgusting.
Yeah.
All right.
I don't have anything weird, so we're good.
Yeah, you do.
What, the socks?
Socks.
Yeah, like I told it after the Detective Pikachu movie, right? We went to one of the fancy theaters with the reclining seats. We sat down, and the guy next to us, so we sat down first, right? The guy next to us sat down and immediately took off his shoes and his big old white socks just sitting up in the air. Like, keep your shoes on, people.
like that's a dude. That's a dude that thinks like it's a recliner. He's at his house.
I know. Like, it's not okay.
He's very confident in that it's all clean and smells good down there.
Yeah, that's one step away from that guy shitting his pants.
Yeah, that's more.
He's probably the type of guy who, if you put some chainmail on, he'd be doing that real fast.
Yeah. So question though. Here's what I want. From now on, as a special like DVD like extra, can we please get like a 90-year-old person who's not seen the movie to do a DVD commentary?
Oh, that'd be amazing.
Right? Like, just, right? I don't know what's happening here. Why is that man blue?
Is that John Travolta? I think that's John Travolta. What do you think? You think that's John Travolta? Oh, I haven't.
Yeah. Just record Nana, like, watching the movie for the first time with no...
So dreaming, Saturday Night Fever.
Yeah, like, I would love old people commentary on DVDs.
All right, I've got the next one. So, what's a movie you regret not walking out of?
I've got two.
Hands down, the new Fantastic Four.
Ooh,
I
didn't see
waited.
it
I
at
was
the
like,
theater.
I waited. And I was like, this is gonna get better, right?
I'm gonna say
it never got better.
It wasn't that bad.
It was awful.
Ooh, yeah.
I'm the juggernaut, bitch. I almost wanted to walk out when I heard that. It's like, oh dear Lord.
It was the first like meme superhero movie.
Did you guys ever hear of a movie called Rain of Fire. It was about like dragons.
Rain of Fire was awesome.
Yeah,
No, that movie was
fuck-
awful.
No, go fuck
And
off.
Christian Bale.
Yeah, like, come on. Where you think
No, it was awful.
they're gonna do some damage when he jumps off the thing with the axe, and he just gets immediately eaten? You're like, oh, that he did nothing.
I don't remember it, but like my friends wanted to go see it, and I had to go along. Right?
Come on, it's the first movie that had explanations for how dragons breathe fire.
Garbage. All right, how about my other one? Also from 2002. They both came out around the same time. Same story. My friends wanted to go see it, so I went. Did you guys see that Time Machine movie that came out in 2002?
I did not.
That was awful.
Yeah, it was
Really
really bad. So
So
I
you
think that one came out first. I think I was mad at my friends when Rain of Fire came out like 3 months later. So I'm like, why do I keep getting dragged to these crappy movies?
Okay.
So Time Machine was probably worse than Rain of Fire.
Can we add what's the movie that you remember walking out of though? Like what's the one that sticks out to your mind that you walked out of?
I've never walked out of a movie.
I've never walked out of a movie, but I said there's a movie that's bad up there for me. Battlefield Earth.
Oh,
Yeah, that one's bad.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so bad.
So you know, I can tell you one of the movies I remember distinctly walking out of, The Spirit.
Yeah, that was really bad too. There's so many. There's so many out there.
The Shadow.
Yeah, The Shadow Knows.
No.
Yeah,
That was a bad movie too.
Jurassic Park 2.
Ew, yeah. I didn't see that in theaters, thankfully. I saw
See-
The Shadow in theaters though.
Yeah, but see, if you walked out of Jurassic Park 2, how mad were you at Jurassic Park 3?
I like Jurassic Park 3 way more than Jurassic Park 2.
Yeah, me too.
I've never finished Jurassic Park 2 because it's so bad.
What
So
about? So okay, can I do a pivot real quick? A quick pivot on this
Yes.
question, just because it's got me thinking. What's a movie that's so bad that everyone else hates it, but you actually like it?
Fast and the Furious Tokyo Drift. It's not that bad. Everybody loves Tokyo Drift. What am I talking about?
Kung Pao, Enter the Fist.
Do people really not like that?
Yeah, there's a lot of people that hate that fucking movie.
It's pretty bad.
It's like one of my favorite movies too. I love this fuck out of
It's
that
the one with
movie.
like the cow, right? The karate cow.
Yes.
Cow, yeah.
I'm gonna say Gremlins 2.
No, dude, no one hates Gremlins 2.
There's people that really don't like Gremlins.
There's
Yeah.
people that hate
Why?
Gremlins.
I'm going to Troll 2. Troll 2 is, like I said, it's so
They're-
it's awful.
They're eating her. Then they're gonna eat me. Oh my god.
I think that should be our Halloween movie.
Okay, first off, we mentioned this last, like when we did the last Halloween one. Yeah, for this year, guys, we're doing a game around Troll 2. Like I'm calling it right now. That's our Halloween special.
Funkos with Chris had a great one. Super Mario Brothers.
Yeah.
Ooh.
So bad.
Ooh, no. Pennywise Lives brings From Hell starring Johnny Depp. Yeah, that was a fucking awful train wreck of a movie too. Like in general, anything with Johnny Depp, I try to stay away from.
What?
Unless it's Nightmare on Elm Street.
Yeah, I don't know if I agree with that, Scott. All right, what's the last one, Scott? We got one more here.
All right, so from our friends over at 3 Beers and a Mic, what name would you give your boat? I have a name already planned for this one. It came to me as I was reading it. It is Boatswain von Floatswell.
That is the best boat name I've ever heard in my entire life. Say it again, Scott. Say it again.
Boatswain von Floatswell.
That's epic.
You win.
Yeah.
You win.
Hands down.
I was gonna say Mr. Boat.
That's like
You win.
Bodemic Boatface. Yeah, no. Boatswain von Floatswell.
I'm
Name
going.
of the STS Guys boat.
I'm going. The Dream Cream.
Sounds messy.
The
You
Dream.
got a boat name, Nate?
Yeah, I don't know.
Come on, if you could have the SS, it would be like the SS. I like that. Like, come on, you
Yeah.
can do it, whatever.
Yeah. The SSI. Like that.
Scott just made my boat name. Yes,
I like that.
I like that. Oh, that's great. Well, that was a lot of fun.
That was a lot of fun. Thank you, everybody who sent in questions. Thank you, everybody who's hanging out in the chat. Thank you to everybody who's an audio listener.
Yes. And speaking of audio listeners, like I said, you will hear the announcement of who won this week's giveaway inserted here in the audio version. You have to listen to the audio version to figure out who won.
Ooh.
Just it's a secret.
Surprise! An hour and a half in.
It's for our audio listeners only.
I like it.
Well,
Oh yeah, fair.
The chat and everybody that hung out with us.
This was a lot of fun. We're gonna do this more often.
Yeah,
because this was amazing.
That was a lot of fun.
Yep, good job, guys.
You know what else is fun?
Masturbation.
Hey,
Saving money on pops. Holy shit! That threw me off.
Oh.
You know, I think it's fun, Jeremy.
So what happens? What happens when Scott gets drunk?
So after you're done, playing with yourself, you want to get paid for listening to podcasts, right? And what better place to get paid for listening to podcasts than listen to the STS Guys on Podcoin, the podcast app that pays you to listen to podcasts.
Dude, I'm going to tell you right now, I don't think they're really going to like that bumper.
No.
You know what else is fun? Saving money on pops.
Yes.
ShumiStore.com and getting a free pop protector with your order. You can save 10% using code STS Guys at ShumiStore.com. Go check them out.
Dan. Good job, guys. After you do all that, take your finger out of your butt and go to Instagram and follow us at STS Guys. Head over to Twitter. Follow us at STS Guys. And guess what? We're on Facebook at the STS Guys, and I am Larry from the STS Guys.
Larry, you got a really weird way of playing with this.
You might want to watch that finger before you decide to go on your computer.
Like, I was fine with the masturbation jokes, and Larry said, take your finger at your butt. And I was like, wait, what?
Go wash your hands. Then go to the computer.
How did you know?
Oh, goodness.
Chilling like a villain. I just have to get it in before.
Yes.
You don't like a villain.
Oh, yeah, we're doing this again. This was fun.
Yes. So, for episode 87 of the STS Guys, I've been whatever my fake name was.
You're Jeremy.
I'm Jeremy.
Hey, it's Larry.
Hey, guys, it's Mike Lictoris.
I was going to say, it's Scott, I guess. Yeah.
And we're the STS Guys. Have a great night, everyone.
Bye.
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 Bill.
Bill.
Bye.